Oh boy, Nintendo's really making the Switch 2 rollout feel like a corporate scavenger hunt. So last week, Nintendo announced a brand new shiny Nintendo Switch 2 version of Breath of the Wild, a classic game, and on paper, it sounds pretty freaking sweet, doesn't it? Better frame rate? Sign me up. Higher resolution? Sign me up. Bonus content via the Nintendo app? Cool. Awesome. Take my rupees, right? But wait, there's more. A customer service rep from the My Nintendo store just confirmed some bad news that has fans kind of ticked off. Really mad, actually. And it seems like since Nintendo has announced the Switch 2, they are going the way of companies like Ubisoft that are just fumbling every decision, and it's making us raise some eyebrows. So, this new enhanced version of Breath of the Wild won't include the expansion pass content from the original game. Excuse me? Excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît? Yeah, all the expansions that you had in that expansion pass that was just like a $20 upcharge from the original game is not included in this enhanced special Switch 2 version. Why? Anyways, the stuff that added a ton of value, the Master Trials, the Champion's Ballad, the same DLC that cost $20, as I mentioned, and basically expanded the game in the world significantly enough. Yeah, that's not included. Nope, sorry. You're spending an upgrade on the Switch 2 version, and if you get the physical Switch 2 version, I might add, is $80. Yeah, it's not included. If you're going to want to play that, guess what? You're going to have to cop up some extra dough, get those wallets out, because Nintendo's being greedy with the Switch 2 console release. I don't know what happened to them. Nintendo has always had its moments where they nickel and dime you, but now Miyamoto is full mask off. And to be honest, I want to know why. I want to know what turns you on. Because this kind of thing is what kills companies. This is the kind of thing that comes across as anti-consumer. And even Ubisoft, I mentioned them earlier, of all companies, doesn't do stuff like this. Usually if they do an upgrade or some kind of premium package, all of the season passes, all of the extras, all the DLCs are included. Eventually, Ubisoft will give you those. Hell, even if you download the games from Game Pass, lots of times it includes a premium version. Even Ubisoft Plus gives you the premium versions of all the games. So what's going on here? If you're putting out an ultimate version, an enhanced version, an upgraded version of a game, it should come with everything that's already been released. Breath of the Wild came out years ago. It was a Wii U title. Then it came out on the Switch, and there was also an expansion pack. And now it's coming on its third console. Like GTA 5, for example. The next port always includes premium stuff or whatever DLC or gives you access to it for a low price. Why can't Nintendo do the same? Why? I'm firmly believing that somebody in-house at Nintendo thinks, hey, these guys are going to pay for everything anyway. Let's just sell them everything again. And Nintendo kind of did this in the past. When the virtual console from the Wii went to the Wii U, if you had games from the Wii, you had to pay like $3 or $4 to get those games back in your virtual console. Yeah, if you had Mario on the virtual console, you'd have to pay it. There was little fees here or there, and it makes no sense to me why they would do that. If you own a digital game, it should be in your library, like how PlayStation and Xbox do it. It should have extras if there's an enhanced version. Well, I don't know. It's kind of the point of having an enhanced Ultimate Edition, right? Have everything included in it. But instead, Nintendo's making the Switch 2 launch feel like a greedy mess and a logistical disaster. It's been a mess. Nobody's happy. And the people that are happy, I'm 110% convinced that you're just coping here. Between confusing messaging in all of your announcements, delayed pre-orders, yeah, Canada, you're not pre-ordering. In fact, today was supposed to be pre-order day for the United States. We should have been pre-ordering our Switch 2 consoles today. That's kind of annoying. I needed to get it pre-ordered. There's tone-deaf comments from the president about, hey, if you can't afford it, just play the Switch 1. That really came across good, right? And now we got this cash grabby move with Zelda Breath of the Wild Switch 2 edition. That they're basically speed running their way into bad PR. I don't know what happened to Nintendo between this console generation and the last one. but somebody's in charge and somebody's making dumb moves. And again, like I said, Breath of the Wild itself, right? Breath of the Wild on the Switch 2, the physical version is going to be $80, just like Mario Kart World. A game that's already 3 console generations, a game that's not going to be including expansions at all. I have no idea why. It's still going to make it $10 more expensive, $10, $15, $20 more expensive than the Switch 1 version. If you have the Switch 1 version, there's no reason to even buy the physical Switch 2 version. It's so confusing. Imagine soccer mom sitting here looking and seeing a Switch 1 version, a Wii U version, a Switch 1 version, and a Switch 2 version, and not knowing which one to buy. They're probably all going to buy the Wii U version and screw it up. If you buy the Switch 1 version, I think you could pay for an extra upcharge of $9.99 to get the Switch 2 version, which you might as well do it anyway. I'm not even going to bother to get the Switch 2 physical. I'm just going to pay the $10 to get the upgrade, and it doesn't include the expansion pack. So luckily I already have the expansions, so we'll even see if that has an upgrade, or if that's even part of it. Like if you can even upgrade. Who knows at this point when it comes to Nintendo? They're not being honest at anything. But what throws me off is that Breath of the Wild on Switch 2 is more expensive than Kirby in the Forgotten Land, more expensive than the last Super Mario Party, and it's wild. The pricing structure of this, the variable pricing excuse that they're giving, no, there's something here that they think that they could just get us. So stay vigilant, speak out. I mean, Nintendo's not going to change anything, but feel free to voice your opinion about this, because the fact that it doesn't even include an expansion pack if you're getting a Switch 2 version of a game is ridiculous. And this is Breath of the Wild. It's not like this is some Mario Party, like I mentioned, or some crappy game. This is one of the best video games of all time that Nintendo has ever put out. And they can't even give you the expansion with it if you upgrade. Yikes. Either way, like I'm saying, Nintendo, you got to do better. You got to figure this thing out. You got a little over 2 months to figure out what's going on. The variable pricing is the new blast processing, right? It just doesn't make sense. If this is an upgraded experience, why are we starting from scratch again? Fans were expecting a definitive edition, right? That's what they always call it, a definitive edition, not a half-baked excuse to double dip on content that they've already played years ago, that we've already bought years ago. This feels like a money grab, right? Then instead of it being a celebration of one of the world's greatest video games ever made, an iconic video game of the last decade, it should be celebration. It should be like, hey, we got an upgraded, awesome, high resolution, high graphics, frame rates, all that, everything that you wanted with achievements baked in. But no, Nintendo fumbled again, plain and simple. And yeah, that's it. Let me know your thoughts down below, guys. I'll see you on the next one.